Hello everyone. Today I am talking about my favorite comic book that is on the stands right now that you should all be reading, and that is the incredible Black Hammer by Jeff Lemire and Dean Ormston. Jeff Lemire got his start in the comics industry with his creator-owned series, the Essex County trilogy. He's also done work for Marvel, Moon Knight, Hawkeye, and for DC he's done Green Arrow. So he's done a whole bunch of stuff, but Black Hammer is actually something that he had the idea for many years ago, but he just never really got around to doing it. He got involved with some other projects, I think primarily Sweet Tooth for Vertigo. But he's come back to it. He's come back to Dark Horse, the publisher that was first interested in the project, and I could not be happier. It is such a great series, and I'll tell you why. So Jeff Lemire originally had the idea for Black Hammer many years ago, at a time when he didn't think he would ever be writing for Marvel or DC. So basically he took Marvel and DC characters, changed their names, and then gave it that Jeff Lemire twist, which I always like. So one of the main characters, Abraham Slam, basically is Captain America. Golden Gale is basically Shazam. Dr. Star is basically Starman. The list kind of goes on. So if you have a familiarity with Marvel and DC, I think you'll enjoy this series more. You might get more out of it. You might see some of the funny jokes in there if you kind of know who they are. But you don't have to. You don't have to know who these characters are ripoffs of. One last little tidbit before we actually jump into what the series is about. This is kind of its own universe. Jeff Lemire started out just writing Black Hammer. There was a trade paperback, first 6 issues called Black Hammer Volume 1. Then there's a Volume 2. Since then, though, he has gone on to branch off with some other characters. He does use a different artist on each other series. There's a series called Sherlock Frankenstein, and there is a series called Dr. Star. There's another one I think that is coming out called The Quantum Age. So he's really building this whole grand universe, and it's the only thing I can compare it to is the Hellboy universe of Mike Mignola. And although it hasn't quite reached that level of ambition, I think he could get there. And the thing is, every series he writes just knocks it out of the ballpark. I'm amazed that they're also good. So what is Black Hammer actually about? I have here the Black Hammer Library Edition Volume 1. It is gorgeous. I got it this week. It has the first 13 issues of Black Hammer. But what is it about? So Black Hammer, like I said, Jeff Lemire takes all these characters that you know, right? You know Captain America, you know Shazam, maybe. I mean, you might know Shazam, I don't know. He's got a movie coming out. He takes those characters, changes their names. In the case of Shazam, changes the gender. And what happens in the story is they are on this farm. They can't go anywhere. There's just this farmhouse where Abraham Slam, Golden Gale, Barbalian, who's a Martian, he's basically the Martian Manhunter, a robot, and I'm forgetting one, but he's Colonel Weird. There you go. Colonel Weird is there. So they're all there. They can't leave. That's it. They're on a farm. There's a little town a little further away that they can go to, but they don't know how they got there. They remember their past of being these amazing crime-fighting heroes, but somehow they're transported to this farm. If they try to leave, then bad stuff happens. I won't really say what happens, but it's not good. Basically, you get to just kind of watch them deal with kind of being prisoners on this farm. Some characters are content. Abraham Slam in particular, he's getting a little older. He just kind of wants to live on the farm, and when he dies, he dies. Like he's actually kind of happy. He's kind of put the crime fighting thing behind him. Golden Gale is not happy. I won't say why, but she's got a pretty legitimate reason to not be happy. And then the others kind of fall in between. So you get, it sounds boring. It sounds boring, just superheroes trapped on a farm. But it is so incredible to see how their journey progresses, and you're like, what journey? They're on a farm. But it's kind of just this very in-depth character examination of all of them. Each of the characters, like I said, they specifically Golden Gale, but the others too, they have these issues that they're working out, kind of, and I like seeing them deal with their tragedy. I mean, it's weird that I laughed at that, but it's interesting. Honestly, I feel like I mentioned Watchmen like every time on here, but it's the kind of the same as Watchmen, where Watchmen is very much a character examination of what it's like to be a superhero or vigilante. They kind of have this very realistic take on superheroes. Black Hammer's kind of similar. The setting's different. Obviously, they're trapped on this farm, whatever it is. They're trapped there. But it's not really about that. It's about the struggles they face, and as individuals, as like people underneath their masks. And it's so good. You have to read it. I feel like this is one that you should at least go check out. I'll wrap it up there. Just check out Black Hammer. I didn't really mention this enough. I do want to mention again Dean Ormston on the art. It's fantastic. Fantastic art. It really matches the story. It's kind of got like a golden age comics feel, which works for the story because so much of it is like them remembering their past, and it's supposed to be like this amazing time when they're all superheroes and everything was good, and now it's not. So the art's incredible, story is incredible, the writing is incredible. It's a perfect 10. That's all I have. I really love this series. I think you will too. Subscribe to Elliot Brooks. I will see you next time for Sean's Sunday surprise, which every time I say that it sounds a little weirder to me, so I don't know what we're gonna call it, but thank you for watching.